We are trying to connect Mr. Chembe, who happens to be SACCO, the Executive Director. Hello, good evening, Mr. Chembe.
Good evening.
Welcome to S24 Evening News. Now, police have arrested Fanwell Nyundu in relation to the killing of 2 citizens. What's your comment on this?
Well, as SACCO, we believe that the people of Zambia have been desirable and have been anxious to see justice done over the 2 unfortunate deaths that are transpired during the festive season last year. So a lot of the Zambians had some doubts as to whether the Zambia Police Service would hold itself to account over initial allegations that the killings were done by a police officer from the Zambia Police Service, and the fact that the service has come out in the open, arrested one of its own, and shown to the people of Zambia that it's willing to be accountable for its actions whenever one of its officers is something that SACCO, we believe, is good, is welcome, and is important. It helps build confidence in the people of Zambia who were very worried and very suspicious as to what was going on in the country, that when push comes to shove, we do have a Zambia Police Service that is able to hold itself to account. So as SACCO, we have taken note, and obviously we do welcome the arrest that the Zambia Police Service has made public. What matters is that justice prevails, and of course, one is innocent until proven guilty. So the due process of the law has to take its course. Otherwise, we welcome what has been reported today, because this is what the people of Zambia have been expecting to see from the Zambia Police Service.
Now, do you anticipate more arrests to be made? It's only one officer that has been arrested and suspected to have, of course, killed the duo.
Well, obviously, we expect that whatever investigations bring out, if the investigations do point to the fact that you had over 50 officers involved in the killing, we expect that number of officers to obviously be brought to account. It all has to do with the investigations, and it has to do it has to do with the due process of the law. If it's only one person, fine. If it's more than one person, we do expect the Zambia Police Service to be able to bring those extra individuals to the fore. What matters is that justice has to be upheld, the due process of the law has to be followed, and there have to be clear investigations that point to suspects, as opposed to just having emotions drive the whole process. So professionalism has to prevail, and we expect to see that as SACCO.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Chembe, for coming through.
Thank you so very much.
That was Boniface Chembe, SACCO, the Executive Director, on the line, giving us his thoughts on the arrest of a police officer in connection with the killing of 2 citizens last year in December during HH's appearance at the police station. We are trying to get Mr. Piri from Zitukule Consortium to also give us his opinion or his thoughts on the arrest of one police officer in connection to the killing of both citizens. Mr. Piri, are you on the line now? All right, we move on. We'll later maybe get back to Mr. Piri once he picks up. Mr. Piri, are you on the line?
Yes, I'm on the line.
Good evening. How are you today?
Good evening. Thank you. How are you?
Very well. Would love to get your comment. Of course, finally, police has arrested a suspect who happens to be a police officer in the killing of 2 citizens that occurred last year in December. What's your comment on the development?
I think we are on record as having said that the state was playing to the gallery in the whole, extrajudicial killing that happened in December. But now, with the arrest that has been made of a constable, we are more than certain that the state is covering up something, and the person that has been arrested is merely but a sacrificial lamb. And let me justify why I'm saying this. Look, the way police operate, on that particular day, there was a ground commander, and no officer was going to open a firearm without getting express instructions from the ground commander. Now, the ground commander does not, even when there's imminent danger, give instructions from without. He has to rehearse with the Inspector General of Police. And even then, the Inspector General of Police also has to make consultation with the minister. And when all that chain of protocol is observed, that is when instructions to fire are given. Now, assuming that this officer was just overzealous and he did not observe any one of these protocols I've stated, and opened fire on their own, what was going to happen was that it was not going to take the state this long to make an arrest. Why? Because every firearm, every bullet, every gun that goes out of the armory is well accounted for. When you are getting that gun, you sign for it. The armorer who mans the armory, takes all the details. And when you are done with the operation, you retire those. You deposit them back, and they have to check what you have brought against what we should do. And this is how easy it is to get down and arrest somebody who has used a firearm carelessly. But what you have seen is that December, it's only today that an arrest has been made. That's one. The second point is that up to now, we don't know what was contained in the report, the preliminary report that was done by the police to the president. And whether the final report was done again, we don't know. So you see, all these uncertainties around this, we are now more than certain that somebody is being arrested here as a sacrificial lamb. Who gave the orders? Did that police officer act on from their own impulse? All these are questions that remain unanswered.
But Mr. Piri, though, isn't this a step in the right direction, a positive step that is?
It is not. Justice has not been served. It was going to be, look, the point is there are a lot of questions that have not been answered. Constable is the lowest rank, for God's sake, in the police command. Did that officer act on their own? If the answer is yes, why did it have to take us 3 months before we made an arrest? So clearly here, there's somebody who is shooting someone, and somebody is being used as a sacrificial lamb. So it cannot be, just arresting someone cannot be a step in the right direction. What needs to come out is the whole truth, nothing but the truth. What happened? Remember that prior to this shooting, there are all these rantings from Minister of Home Affairs, from Lusaka Province Minister, and from the Inspector General of Police himself. So ultimately, when the shooting happened, who gave the command? And that is the person that must be arrested together with whosoever pulled the trigger.
All right. Thank you very much for your comment.